I am.
So I don't know if you guys if we got back to I don't remember. This was like when my modder started dying. We were I think you guys had just like looked up a bunch of stuff at the Yanderhof library,
That's correct.
Yep.
and
At the
yeah, I don't,
temple.
you guys got at the temple there. They have like a temple to all the different like for the dwarven pantheon basically. Like it's primarily for Torag, but it was also like I mean it's a dwarven sky citadel, so it had stuff for like all the other dwarven deities as well. But yeah, you guys got some information there. Not a whole lot of like super useful information, but you guys know a little bit more about the history of, between like Desna, Declarsar, and Kirkonis.
We also
And I don't
know
know if
that if we want to become gods, we can go through the
the
Starstone
Starstone.
trial.
Yeah, you just need to go to Absalom and you know go through this.
Yeah, not right
Um,
now. We need to get a bit stronger first, but maybe eventually.
the non-existent uh, adventure path that some or mega dungeon that they've never got around to publishing.
We need to keep this going for like years, guys, and force Pluto into building the Starstone trial.
Just building
Or
my
trial
own
of the
Starstone.
Starstone.
If it's
Yeah,
not built by then. Yeah.
if Paizo doesn't build one by then, yeah. I think it's one of those things where like it's magical or something. So I think part of how they justify not making it is they're kind of just like, well, it's kind of supposed to be tailored to individuals that are trying to go through it. So I don't know if you guys made back to the like I guess it's still during that day. So if there's anything else you guys want to do during that particular day, I guess do that now.
I think we might have been exploring Yanderhof.
I mean that might have been something you guys were gonna do after
Yeah,
looking
we
at the.
were looking around a little bit. Like we were just kind of going up into the citadel, and that's when we came across the temple, I think.
You guys have been in the temple for like several hours. Like
Yeah.
it's probably like getting into the evening now.
Oh, if it's getting into the evening, then let's leave the city and go back to our inn.
And we're meeting the guy at the end tomorrow morning, or at his room if he's not there.
That's correct.
Uh, okay.
Priest of
The
Desna.
the priest's name was Martin,
That's right.
and
He
he
got his
said
full
he.
name Martin Brooks.
Yep. Okay. Uh, yep. We can just go to the next day then, if you guys would like, and
Yeah.
assuming that, and then because nothing happens during the night. Um, if I remember, you guys all had your own rooms,
Yeah.
Yep.
but yeah, nobody like disturbs your sleep or anything. And the next day comes. So, what do you do?
Meet up downstairs. Have some breakfast.
Okay. And while you're doing it, you do see you guys do see Martin there in the like the common area.
Oh, I need to give myself some damage back. Where is this? In play or? There it is.
Oh, I didn't up my HP. That's probably important.
Yeah, that's important.
But yeah, I would go sit with him and make small talk until everyone else shows up, or if everyone's there, then get right to.
Okay. I don't know, is anybody sleeping?
No, I'll go down to breakfast and I'll meet with Martin Brooks and see what he has to say to us.
Okay. So, when you see him, he looks kind of tired, and but he still says like good morning, and
Good morning. Are you okay?
says, yes, it was just a lot of casting the sending spell, and figured talking to a older member of the clergy of Desna.
I see.
So he says then he asks if you guys would be willing to like tell him how to get to this shrine. He says I like my mentor wants to meet me there, but it's going to be a while before he can get here. But I would like
Can
to.
I sense motive?
Yeah, go for it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
So yeah, he says I'd like to go uh, like safeguard this until he gets here because it sound like the more we've discussed it, the more dangerous it sounds to me.
You mean with your mentor? Did he have any ideas about it?
A few.
Natural
Um,
20 on the first roll.
so yeah, he seems like he is actually like concerned.
Okay, and
Okay.
just to be sure, uh, I don't know. Okay, can I ask a out of character question? So, I just got this investigator talent called empathy. It's linked there in the chat, and it says I can read surface thoughts similar to detect thoughts spell after 3 rounds of concentrating. Is that is this something that they would know I'm doing to them when I do it?
Perhaps, and probably.
Okay.
Um, just a second here. This is
If it works like detect thoughts, um, I
Well, detect
think
thoughts.
that
They see
gives
you
a will
casting a
save.
spell,
I know.
and they do have a will save on it.
And I think
But I
that they
yeah.
think
That's
the
why.
can.
idea is that I'm trying to read the character. I don't know how I can read their mind though.
That's why I'm looking at. I'm like I'm wondering if this is actually like That's really weird that it makes you use a will save if it's not magical. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like the way that's worded it makes it seems weird. Like I don't know. I don't think like it doesn't feel like this is supposed to be a magical ability though.
It's supernatural.
So I guess
It's
he'd kind of be able
extraordinary
to.
and supernatural.
I guess he'd probably just have this uncanny like notion that you are reading his thoughts, but other than that, he wouldn't know you're doing it.
Okay. I would like to do it just because I want to use the new little toy I got.
Okay.
If he succeeds the will save, doesn't he know that somebody's trying to cast it though?
Perhaps, but I can word my way out of things maybe.
Okay. I
Alright, so
don't know
anyways,
that you're doing
I want to
this.
do that. And I guess he just has to say do a will save that is well my 5, so 212 int mod is 5 17 DC 17.
Yeah, I just gotta look up what this guy's save even is. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to roll a will save for him.
Yep. That's my goal.
I
Keep
mean,
you on your toes, Pluto.
he is a cleric, so it's gonna be fairly high, but
Yeah.
I think it's. I think it's the wait. Nope, it's a little bit higher than that. What was the DC again?
17, so he passes.
He passes, so. But I'm gonna say he doesn't really react in any negative way towards that. Because he, like I said, he doesn't see you cast anything. And he probably understands why you're being suspicious.
Okay, I just got like super crazy deja vu right now, but yeah, I'm trying to look very studious at him, and like
Okay.
just like I'm trying to discern what his motives are for wanting to see it, so it doesn't seem hopefully too because I was also since motives being so like yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Not that there's
I
any
look to the others.
indication of that, but
Yeah, I look to the others. I'm like, I say I think we can trust him.
I will tell him where it is, but I'll ask him not to try to activate it. And I will be right back.
okay. So yeah, he agrees to not try to activate it. He says I wasn't planning to do anything like that, especially not before my my mentor gets there.
Yeah, De Clausar did not seem like a very nice guy when I met him.
He kind of like cringes at the thought of that, of meeting him.
Okay, so I'm guessing are we going there with him? Is that the reason he wanted to know?
No, you guys can just show him on a map how to get there, like if you really want, or you can go with him. I mean, that's up to you guys. But I was like I said, you guys could go with him if you'd like. But I mean, is Alias okay with that? You guys already have kind of delayed a couple days.
Yeah, I think we better be on our way, but yes, what?
Yes, you've delayed a couple days, or yes, you are okay with going to with this guy.
All right, so seems like he's okay with us taking time. I don't know if Amber or Tiki want to do that though. Like we just came from there, and what value is it going to be for us to go with him?
He clarifies also. He says part of why I want to go there is just to protect it, basically, to stop somebody from wandering into it haplessly. It sounds very dangerous just to leave it unattended.
Well, it's not unattended. We have our dwarf friend, who I don't remember his name, watching over it. Vorin Grayspine.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you can go, but he'll need some proof that you really came from us, or else he might not believe you. Uh,
I mean, I'm sure if I describe this lot to him, he'll know that I've at least met you before.
Tell him that he fell in a giant pit in the caves when we first got there. He'll know what I mean.
No. Also, like I said, I'm sure he'll realize that that I met you because like there aren't very many groups out there that have a Gripply and well, like I mean, granted, it's like a Gripply and like a half elf and two humans or something, right? But
Well, whatever tribe
it's
brought him
not
from, yeah. Alias.
it's not quite as like crazy diverse as some adventure groups,
I
but
met.
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
But still, the fact it's still there's a Gripply at least, so that's probably something that he can be like, oh yeah, this group had a Gripply with them, and he'll be like, okay, well you've probably met him then.
It's true.
That's not
Well,
something you
if he
just
doesn't believe you,
guess.
tell him that. I like codes and secrets and meanings.
Yeah. I'll be sure to remember that. So yeah, Secret,
Okay.
you missed while they were discussing whether or not they should go with this guy to the back to the shrine, to the old Gerkanis temple.
Oh
Is it
no.
a shrine?
And the verdict
Well, it's
is
like a ruin, I guess. Well, they hadn't fully committed one way or the other.
Yeah, I was gonna wait and see what Tiki and Amber thought because it's a magic thing. Do you think we should go back to it, or do you think we should go onward to find Alias's brother?
Tiki wants to go to Karamaga.
Also, one other thing. Well, I'll wait till Mandus gets back because there's one other thing he's going to mention as well for you guys.
I'm here.
Oh, okay, cool. So he also mentions, he tells you, since you are going to Kaer Maga, there is a ancient library there that you might be able to find some information there about it.
Ooh,
Um,
that's right.
there's a
Info.
library
I
there
see
that's
Amber get really
older.
excited.
The library there is older than the Thessalonian Empire.
Oh, okay.
If you're gonna find anything about Draconis in anywhere in Galarian, that is probably your best bet. So perhaps you can, while you're there, you can find more information.
What an excellent idea.
And yeah, so he says he's gonna finish his breakfast and then he's gonna start his journey.
Okay.
So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, you guys probably will know that the next leg of the journey is probably going to be on a riverboat
Ooh.
going up the because you guys can kind of see it on the map there, but there's a whoops, that is the wrong map. I think you guys are on the right map, but I'm on the wrong map. Okay. Somebody's token's missing.
Rhonda's on the left.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there's the Runtash or Runtash River or something that Yanderhoff's kind of right near. So that's gonna be a little way, like probably like a half hour away from the where you guys are at right now, if even that. It runs pretty close to it. And you run that up to the Yonda Bakari, and pretty much go mostly on the river to Kaer Maga.
Okay. Seems like a good plan.
And then maybe that's perhaps where we'll meet Matt's character. I don't know his name yet. Brugar, I guess. Brugar? I'm not really
Yeah,
sure.
Bruger.
Okay. So you guys, I believe all your horses and stuff you guys had were at the, were still at the stables. So you
And
guys
the
can take those with
horses will
you.
go on the ferry.
Yeah, we'll take with those
There'll
with
be
us.
room on the, yeah, there'll be room on the riverboat for them.
Yeah, okay. So we'll grab our horses and head toward the riverboat before it leaves, or are they just take?
Yeah, there's usually, a few different ones that'll
Mercenaries
run
on
there. There might be, yeah, we'll see.
it. Okay.
So yeah,
How
you
much
get
is
there,
breakfast, or was
there's,
that included?
we'll say that that was included. It was part of your payment for to stay there. Nope, I need to turn this other map over here into. That still annoys me so much that it doesn't default to like Pathfinder / 3rd edition. Like for the grids, I always have to like remember every single map to like turn it back that way. All right, so yeah, you guys get there. It's kind of like a there's actually like multiple different like barges and riverboats and stuff that are here. And there's a few different ones there that are getting ready to leave. Like there's one you actually could take one that goes all the way back to Magnamar.
Good to know.
It would take quite a long time, but uh, you could actually go all the way down the river back to Magnamar if you really wanted. It'd actually be quicker to go back that way to Magnamar just because it's going downstream the entire time.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you guys obviously want
We
there
have
you find
business
there's
in Corvosa, I believe.
you might have business. I can't
A
remember if you
little
have
bit,
business
yeah.
in Corvosa, but I think you guys might have something you guys wanted to do there with like the that one guy's
Get
We need to
rewarded
talk to the
from
whiskey brewer.
Antonetti.
yeah, it was that one guy that you guys helped the ale merchant or whatever.
Yep.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, my boss
Antonetti
will."
was my campaign, Zernarium.
I think it was this one too.
No, it was not. It was a different.
Oh,
It was a different name.
Scarnetti, not Antonetti.
It was actually Scarnetti. It was a Scarnetti, which
I mean, all Netties look
you
the
know.
same.
But yeah, there is a boat, like a riverboat heading up the river to Kaer Maga. And
Okay.
there's not a whole lot of people going to Kaer Maga today, except for you guys and one dwarf.
Well, I guess we'll get on the boat that's going to Karamaga with our horses.
Okay. And it's charging. It's not really charging a very expensive fee. It's basically like 1 gold.
The dwarf has a riding goat.
A
I like
riding
it.
goat?
A riding goat.
Wow.
That's awesome. It's like
I will earn myself -1 gold.
Let me copy paste everyone over to this other map here. I don't even know why I set up this map. I'm not really 100% sure anything's going to happen on the map that necessarily warrants making one, but in case it does.
are you calling out for us to do something to make it happen?
So yeah, you guys have probably seen this map before, or some of you have seen this map before, but
It's the traditional boat.
yeah, It's not
I've
the same
never
one I
seen this
used.
map before.
It's not the same one I used last time for the other boat
Last
they
time
were
was
on, but
a
that was a
really big boat.
We were
yeah,
on
because it
this
was an
boat in
ocean.
Kakishan.
Were we?
Yeah. He
Yeah, we
didn't.
were
He didn't have the
also
But
other
this
on
is
this.
the
part.
bottom level. Oh, there it is. Yeah, yeah. We were on this boat in Kakishan.
We were also on this boat in Rise of the Rune Lords.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Your rogue insta-gibbed some dude.
Yeah, some poor guy.
After
I
being
assumed he was gonna
dropped
be
off
high
by a
level.
cat.
I thought he was gonna be some high level dude, and it was just like some derpy sailor who was only like a level 2 commoner or something like that, and just got insta killed. Like one
Yep.
attack, like whoops. I thought this was like a high level adventure here. What the heck's going on? Nizzo felt a little bad about that. But only a little bad because they were like still working with giants, which is kind of unacceptable.
Those damn giants.
So did
Yeah.
Amara, which is why she didn't spend the extra money to res them.
To like reincarnate him, yeah.
And I say to the party, I'm like, remember last time we were on a boat? Let's make sure the food we eat isn't poison.
Yep.
Well, the good news
Since
is
in real life I am feeling sick, and in character life I am feeling sick, I am going to sit down on some of, like, outside of the boat and just pray that I don't get more sick by getting seasick.
oh. Well, the good news is that you're not on the ocean, so there's not like a bunch of waves and stuff there. You're on a river. It's a bit smoother. Um, Also, you're not going to be in the boat for that long. It's pretty much like it's going to be like an all-day thing. But you guys will probably actually get there by the end of the day. Because you guys are only, I mean, it's not, I think so at least. Let's see here. Because you guys are basically about 40 miles, 40 or 60, it's probably about 60 miles away.
Upstream.
Mm-hmm. So it's a clear day, kind of windy. Well, not clear, I guess. It's more overcast, but it's not raining or anything.
I have my raincoat just in case.
Okay. And yeah,
I don't like
shortly
fish
after
that jump on the
everyone's
boat and splash me.
so it's still morning. Shortly after people embark, like after you guys embark, no one else really seems to be coming. So the guy who runs the boat, who introduces himself as Tordek. He's a dwarven. He's a dwarf, like a kind of interesting character. Dwarf that owns a riverboat. It's kind of a strange
Let's
dwarf.
see. Do I have knowledge local? I do. How strange is it for a dwarf to own a riverboat?
I mean, not super strange, but like fairly unusual. Dwarves aren't known for being like seafaring type, like a seafaring race generally.
I see. They're known for their underground stuffs. and their
Yeah, more known for
stoneworks.
that, and mining and stonework and that sort of thing.
And
Ale.
But
boats don't usually go together with stonework.
yeah. But on the other hand, you guys, this is a boat that's sailing out of Yanderhof, basically. So
We're a
it kind
very
of makes
open-minded party, though.
it makes some sense there that on that hand that it would be a dwarf who would own this boat.
We should make the first steel ships in Galarian.
No, we should just make better teleportation spells.
Alright, so what do you guys do now that the boat's underway? Do you guys do anything in particular? Socialize
Be
with the dwarf?
antisocial because I have. I'm sitting at 5
Oh, you
charisma.
still have charisma damage. Well, you would have healed some of that, right?
I healed one of that, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're at 5 after healing one. That's good to know.
I'm at 5 charisma, and I'm at 9 wisdom.
Can't you like
That sounds.
restore that?
Tiki can
Me?
restore
No.
it.
Yeah. Why did you ask Tiki to
So I guess-
restore you?
I guess. Well, no, because he has
No.
no charisma, so he's not gonna do it.
Oh,
Maybe if
okay.
Tiki gets pissed off enough about Amber being a jerk for having no charisma.
I tried to
maybe
do
Tiki will
that,
fix
and
it.
he ignored me, so I gave up. The player
Oh.
ignored
Yeah.
me, so yeah.
Well, my character ignored you then.
Yeah, I guess so.
Sorry, I do not remember that. Was that this session?
No, that was like 2 sessions ago. So I tolerated you all last session. I was like, I tried to deal with that the session before, but you continue to go on with your low charisma. So I was like, whatever.
I honestly don't remember it, but hey,
Yeah.
shit happens.
No,
Character has shit charisma.
yeah, that's your charisma talking. But
Literally did not notice.
So yeah, this boat has does have some sails. Also has like a crew rowing it, basically.
oh,
You
Okay.
can't see where that would be on this map, really, I guess. But yeah, just say below deck somewhere there's like some spots where there's people rowing.
so if we had slept before we got on this boat, I would have removed all of your charisma damage.
Nope, fuck it. I'm sleeping it off.
Okay, GM, while Amber's sleeping, Tiki sneaks into the room and casts Lesser Restoration on him.
Okay.
Okay.
And he's that much better.
So you still got some charisma damage, I think, but
I am now at 7 charisma damage.
What the hell did you
Or not damage, I
start
am at
at
7
10?
charisma of... No, my start was 8.
I didn't know you had such low charisma.
he just has naturally low charisma because, well, it's because he's different. He's got one of those crossblood like crossblood archetype with the one bloodline that lets him use his int modifier
Sage.
instead of his charisma.
And why are
Yeah.
we letting this guy do talking? Or Amber talk?
We're
Yeah.
not, are we?
I don't know, are we?
I think I'm
We
doing most
are.
of the talking. And I have pretty high charisma.
Tiki has great charisma, but she's not very smart or wise, so she's not really putting 2 and 2 together.
I think a lot of the time it's just because Mantis the player tends to just have more questions and whatnot that he wants to put out. I don't know. I guess the character has more is more interested in things.
Well,
So it's
a lot
like
of
that's
it-
like
The
the thing.
character
magic
is our, like, backup knowledge bot in case Zerdurium fails.
Oh,
Yeah.
because you need
And
backup.
yeah, I mean, I don't know magic stuff, so a lot of times I consult Amber as far as like, hey, this magic thing's happening. What should we do?
Yeah, because Amber has like detect magic and spellcraft and whatnot, which you don't have spells.
I actually have spellcraft. I don't have detect magic, obviously, though.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do a level and get a or a detect magic, but whatever.
All right, everybody want to roll like perception checks while you guys are on the boat?
Sure.
Oh no, I didn't update my macros.
Is it dark? Can I see the
Okay.
stars?
Nope, it is daytime still.
Natural 1 higher than
Oh man.
Brugar's nat 20.
Philippe is optimized for perception.
But Aelios beat you with a nat 20.
Yep, that's the third nat 20 in how many rolls?
He just rolls 20s.
Four rolls have been, or 3 rolls have been 20s. One's been a 1, and then you had a 14. Okay,
Some people are
it's
just
a good
blessed by
session.
roll 20.
I know, right?
Apparently.
Other people are named Pluto.
It looks like what you guys see in the well, most of you guys would see this, I guess. The only person who doesn't see it is Tiki. Everyone else sees them. There's basically, as you guys are going along, you see these strange creatures kind of swimming alongside the boat. They look like kind of like horses from the top, but with like a body of a fish.
Can I know what they are?
Knowledge nature might be able to tell you. I think it's knowledge nature, magical beast.
I think that's Arcana.
Might be knowledge arcana then.
Yeah,
Whatever,
magical
do either
beast.
one. I don't care. You would both know that these are what's called a hippocampus.
Isn't that a part of the brain?
I think so.
Yeah, it might be one of them might be named after the other. I'm not sure, but yeah, they're aquatic creatures. They tend to be pretty docile though. You can actually tame them fairly easily and have them as like aquatic mounts. And they can actually survive out like kind of like crabs. They can survive outside the water for like quite a while, but like they can't really not for especially like they can't live out of water.
So they're
basically.
literally seahorses that
Yeah,
are
yeah, they're
big.
yeah they're large. They're large creatures, and they yep, that's basically it. They're seahorses.
Okay. Well,
That was
unless
the
they
random
do
encounter
something
generator.
crazy, I'm not going to do anything about them.
Yeah, they don't really do much. They just swim alongside you. So as you guys are going, so like you guys are moving at a pretty quick speed. You guys come out into a larger river. Like you guys are going up or downstream at first, and after it comes into this other river, it turns and starts going upstream. And if you, assuming you don't know already, the captain will tell you that now you're in the Yondo Bakari River. And he also asks if anybody wanted to stop at Saranthu or if you guys were just going straight to Karamaga.
I think we're just going straight to Karamaga.
This is sounds good to me. Sometimes people want to stop at Saranthu for a day instead, but we can go all the way through to Karamaga. And yeah, so I did make this map basically for no reason because the random encounter generator didn't actually generate a hostile encounter. But that's okay.
For future, just label it boat.
Yeah.
I mean, I can spar with Alias if you want to fight a little bit.
There you go.
You guys haven't even used any of this time to interact with this other dwarf, with Brugar.
No, Tiki's probably just
Right.
wandering around blind as normal, looking at nets, observing them, fixing them.
Yeah.
I was just checking out those things over the side, and otherwise, kind of just keeping to myself for once.
I will
Unless the
ask
dwarf
the
talks to
captain
us.
who the other passenger is.
He says, I don't know. He paid just like you to go to Kaer Maga.
Oh, okay. And I'm not trying to, like, be discreet about this at all.
You're just like asking. So maybe
I
Brugar
will-
hears you ask, and if he wants, he could go and tell you.
I will then ask the unknown dwarf himself who he is.
How do you do that?
I ask you, who are you?
Well, who are you?
I'm a doll maker that wants to open a magical shop eventually. And apparently I'm being hunted by a demon lord.
Oh, life's rough for a doll maker nowadays.
Indeed.
Well, since you gave me your name, I'll give you my name. And I extend my hand and I say, the name is Brugar. Brugar
Nice
Stonehearth.
to meet you, Bruga. Amber. These are my companions who are also being hunted by, demon lord.
Wait, I'm being hunted?
The idiot over there is Philippe. Huh? Yeah, hunted.
Oh no.
The strong-looking
Nah.
one over there is Alios, and our resident, making us all betterer is Tiki over there.
I wave and say, pleasure. I motion towards the goat and I say, well, this is my companion, Duncan.
Nice to meet you, Duncan.
I give you a quizzical look when you say companion.
And before, Rogar is actually a hunter and Duncan is an animal companion.
And before Pluto says you can roleplay that on your own.
Yeah, I hadn't had to get to that yet, but
You know,
alright, everyone.
not too many people come up to me and say that they're being hunted by a demon.
Well, not too many people are me.
And not too many are being hunted by a demon.
Well, I don't know about that.
Like Amber's like, I'm pretty sure it's fairly common, right?
Because I'm
Wait.
curious now, and I lean on my warhammer, how did you become pursued by such a creature?
I don't know exactly myself. But
Well, we
one
found
thing
this religious symbol.
So, the first part of it was a follower of this demon lord tried to poison us and an entire other ship that we were on. Fortunately, I don't think we'll have to be on this ship too long for that to be an issue.
But we don't know why he was trying to poison us. They're from some weird cult following group of Deklaus Sar. And
And if you don't
we
know
don't know
who
why
that
they want
is,
us.
it's a lesser demon lord under Lamash too.
Hi, hello, and which one are you? I point to the guy who was just talking.
Oh, I'm
He's the
Philippe.
resident idiot.
No, oh, Amber jokes.
And
I'm
how
the
are
whole
these two
brains of
dressed or
this group.
equipped?
I'm dressed in like a pretty nice clothing. I have a rapier in its sheath. And but definitely like worn, like travel. It's been traveled in a lot, but it was at one time fairly nice.
And what about
I'll
Amber?
Alia.
probably just be wearing the clothing that's necessary to, keep myself warm, and a fairly, uh, like, a corset-like thing around my abdomen. And
And
besides
what about
that,
the
I don't.
frog?
I never really thought about
I
it, but
think
it looks like I'm wearing a turtleneck shirt if you ask me.
I never noticed that. That's
That might be a
hilarious.
scarf, I think. But I'm like, I'm not wearing anything.
you're wearing armor, right?
Yeah, I have armor.
Oh, that's true. I have mithril chain under my clothes.
So I'm wearing
And what about their friend,
yeah.
Alia?
Alias? I think
Where is
he's wearing
Rod?
leather armor. Or studded leather or something.
Yeah, he has like, and he has like two. What were his weapons again? Were they scimitars?
I
Scimitars,
think
yeah.
scimitars, and they turn
I
into
know he. I know
warhammers when
he.
he rages.
Yeah, he can turn him. He can turn him into warhammers when he rages if he needs to do like blunt damage.
Well, I don't know
I
that
think
He's
he
yet.
done that a
can
few
turn them
times, but
into
yeah,
any,
Oh yeah, you don't know that, but
yeah, he can like turn them into different
single-handed.
weapons basically, but normally
he's
they're
all tatted up.
scimitars. Yeah.
I'd
Tiki,
say
He's
you're
the muscle of
quite
the
the
group.
motley crew then.
look a little glossed over, like her vision doesn't seem to be quite there.
She probably tilts her frog ears towards the conversation rather than actually looking at it.
Do I have ears?
And you say you're being pursued by cultists?
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, me and my friend happened to have a face-to-face encounter with this thing, but managed to escape due to good fortune.
And where are you
But
headed?
he was already after us before that.
Oh, frogs do
Right.
have ears. Neat.
Where are we headed? We're headed to Karmaga to try to find uh, the strongman Alios's brother who went missing. We got a lead back in Magnamar about it, I believe.
Though at the same time, we're also trying to figure out about this cult and demon lord after us. Turns out we can maybe find out some stuff in Karamaga as well.
Honestly, I was just trying to get to Karamaga, and all these guys keep delaying that.
Why do you want to go to Karamaga, Tiki? I don't think I ever asked you that.
Somebody once told me that I'll find what I'm looking for there.
Oh, that's good.
I hope
Was
you didn't
that
pay
me?
him.
Huh? No. I was just a wee tadpole.
Okay.
Had no money.
It's her
Well, we still got a bit
lifelong
of ways
quest
to
to
go
go
to
to
Kirmaga.
Karmaga.
And if you're being pursued by crazy cultists, then allow me to volunteer to escort you the rest of the way to Kirmaga. I'm on their way myself.
Oh.
Alright, do you guys want to give me also another perception check?
Yep. And I'll be like, yeah, sure. We could always use an extra pair of weapons. Seems like the things we keep coming across get worse and worse.
How is the dwarf equipped?
7 again.
He's got a
Oh, a 2
warhammer
this time.
because he mentioned leaning on it.
Oh, this game loves me.
He kind of leans on a warhammer sometimes, like as a walking stick, but he has
Huh.
a breastplate and a heavy steel shield on his back right now. The goat has a saddle and a bridle,
Okay.
and saddlebags on the goat with his bedroll and a tent on it.
you guys ever seen the webcomic DM of the Rings? But it's Lord of the Rings told as a as if it were like a D&D campaign.
You
That sounds
you
awesome. No,
you
I
Yeah,
quoted a bunch of stuff about that
yeah.
before.
I
Like,
might have
would
mentioned this
you
before.
keep an old man from his walking stick?
Yeah,
This is a walking stick too.
yeah. Like the Gimli in there, he's like, this is a a dwarven walking stick with an ornate headpiece.
Do you have a link
As
for that?
this
You put
is
in chat.
a ornate Gondorian walking stick
I'll put
with
it
an
in chat later.
extra ornate
Yeah,
headpiece for like
Yeah.
put
Aragorn
it
and
in at
his
the end of the
fucking
session.
longsword or some shit.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that, and I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, so it sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Um, so Amber notices, as you guys have been going on, Amber notices there's been like this suspicious eagle that you keep seeing. That like it's kind of you kind of maybe everyone else has kind of noticed it earlier at one point or another, but Amber particularly notices that you keep seeing this stupid freaking eagle,
How
and it
far
seems
away
like
is it?
a long ways away. Like you That's probably why nobody else has really noticed it. Honestly, it's like you can kind of just see it off flying on the distance, but it seems like it's every time you look up in the sky, it's and you look if you look around for about a minute, you see it.
I will keep that to myself for now. Let me look something up real quick.
I saw I like how like you guys actually had to explain what happened so far because yeah. Matt hadn't actually heard, like, it wasn't actually there for it, so you guys actually had to explain kind of a bit of it. It's kind of fun, always fun for me to, like, hear what players' perspective on what happened was.
I think we could have butchered it a little bit more, but we did okay.
Yeah, you did alright. I think it was actually, you guys didn't get the lead in Kaer Maga directly. It was actually when you guys were coming back from the swamp to Kaer
Oh,
Maga. It was, like, the
yeah,
inn
that's true.
partway
It
there.
wasn't in Magnamar directly, it was coming back. You're right.
But it was close to Magnamar. It was like a day away from Magnamar.
It's following behind us, right?
Yes.
I'm going to, is there a hold to this ship?
What?
Like, is there a second floor, like is in the picture?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I am going to go down here, cast invisibility on myself, and
Oh,
come back
jeez.
up.
Okay. That lasts for like 5 minutes.
Intently watch it. Yeah, that
Okay.
will last for 5 minutes.
Do I notice Amber coming back up?
Are you going to make me roll a perception? Or a stealth?
I mean, I just want to know if I would notice you. So I guess yes.
Invisibility is what, a plus 20 on my stealth?
If you're moving, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 40 on my perception.
You'll probably
He
notice,
probably
but
hears you
let's
or
see.
something. Yeah.
Oh my god. It's so dumb.
Barely.
Just barely, yeah.
Okay. I don't do anything obvious. It's just good that I know.
It's actually like one of the funny things about like for example my high level rogue is I have like plus 20 stealth. It's like my character is like just as good as like a level 1 commoner with invisibility potion at like sneaking around, but without having to use an invisibility potion. Except that guy can actually Nizo can actually turn himself invisible too, so then he gets like plus 40. course, it's invisibility a lot shorter than Amber's. So yeah, Amber, you're watching this eagle, and it just seems to be flying there in the sky. It doesn't seem like it. It just seems like it's following you. It doesn't. It doesn't get any closer. It doesn't get any further away. It's just sitting there, following you.
Okay, by the time my invisibility is about to wear out, I am going to go back downstairs, have it wear out, and then come back up.
Okay.
And I will whisper to Philippe that it looks like we're being followed by one of your avian friends again. Different kind of them, though. Keep an eye out for that eagle, but don't make it too obvious that you notice it.
Can I look for the eagle now and see if I notice anything about it that's like weird for a normal eagle? If I can find it.
Yeah, no, you're able to once he points it out, you're able to see it easily.
Without being too obvious. Oh my god.
As far as you can tell, though, it's just a normal eagle.
Yeah.
But if you spend
impressive
enough
roll.
time, you do notice the same thing pretty easily. That it does appear to be following you, at least, because it's still there, like,
and we're moving.
relative to the boat. Yeah, you guys are moving, and relative to how you were moving, it's pretty much always like there, right behind the boat.
Okay. At least it's not a raven, I think to myself.
Yeah, or a crow.
Sorry, crow. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Been too long, so I'm forgetting.
Eventually, I'm just gonna have you guys be like scared of all birds. It's gonna be good times.
Maybe this one is a fucking crazy druid.
Okay, so we float down the river. Maybe make small talk with the dwarf.
I tell him that I'm originally from the Five Kings Mountain, the city of High Helm.
Okay, and I'm sure my character in game would know that, but I don't know that out of character.
I don't actually know much about High Helm either.
Okay.
So,
but it's a big dwarf kingdom, I assume.
I mean, you could just ask Brugar about it.
Okay.
Please
I could,
tell me
yeah.
more, Master Dwarf.
Oh, I tell him all about High Helm. It's the crown jewel of the Dwarven Empire.
So it's probably more magnificent than Yandroff that they were just at, yeah?
Well, it's pretty ancient, but it's just as recognized as the Sky Citadel, Yadderhof. I tell him that my father, as my father's father, as my father's father's father, was a soldier, so I came looking out here for mercenary work. Not too many wars going on right now.
I see. Well, we don't necessarily have much to pay you with, but
He said he
we do
volunteered.
tend to run into people with certain degrees of wealth on them once they try to kill us and fail.
I nod. I'm not looking to make a quick buck off of killing too many people. I ain't a murder hobo.
Well, we don't tend to be either, but sometimes they leave us very little choice.
Do any of you know how to take care of animals?
Not really. She does.
Ah, such a wee little thing. I go over to him, pat it on the head.
Oh. You don't have She like scrunches her neck in as you're doing that, trying to like shorten herself.
It's like invading my personal bubble.
My whole 1 foot.
Sorry, lad. Don't see too many of you. Well, if you're the only one taking care of the horses, and I'm going to be riding with you, and with me and Duncan, then I'm sure you won't mind the help.
I don't mind.
I know how to work without a
He looks more worried.
I can help. Just
I'm sure we do a little
before
bit,
we
but
go
yeah.
to Karamaga. See, since I've been with these guys, they like keep doing other things. I don't know why.
That's the adventurer's bug, getting sidetracked and stuff.
Oh,
So you guys pass through a kind of a larger settlement there. Like before you guys get there, you start seeing kind of some farms and stuff around the like kind of along the alongside parts of the river, and there's like a settlement on one side of the river.
okay.
And Tordek will point out that that's Saranthu, but we're just gonna go right past it since nobody said they wanted to go there.
Yes, keep going, keep going. Yes.
Yeah, we're going past it.
He also brings out some like one of his crew brings up some basically some like really basic travel rations and basically offers them to everyone.
Okay.
We're given free rations.
Free travel ration, yeah, for the day.
Trail
It's
mix.
basically lunch. Yeah, it's like trail
Alright.
mix and like
I'll accept.
Does it seem poisoned?
Oh shit! I never picked my level 2 skill.
that's a good question, does it?
Uh,
Like perception if you want or something, or you can
did I
cast
see
detect
him
poison
poison
if you have
it?
it. I mean, you didn't see him poison it, no.
Does it look normal?
Yeah, it looks like just normal, like...
Okay, I'll wait for someone else to eat it before I eat mine.
It'd probably be like nuts and like bread and like maybe jerky or something as well, like kind of in like this weird travel mix thing.
Okay.
Like not terribly like filling or anything, but or like not it's fairly filling, but it's not terribly like it's not the best thing you've ever ate or anything. It's not like a fancy feast or anything.
Sounds not bad for road food.
It's probably more like fancy feast the cat food maybe. I don't know.
Oh god. So do other people eat it?
I'm eating it, and my goat's eating it.
Okay, and they're not dead, so I'll eat it.
Yeah, and it's not. There's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, it's not terrible. It's not the best thing you've ever ate, but it's decently filling.
If nobody else wants theirs, the goat tries to go and eat it.
Do you need a token for
I'll
that
eat
goat,
mine.
by the way?
Only if it's the best looking goat you've ever seen.
Oh man. Is this like a large goat or it's just
It
medium
is.
size?
It is a large goat.
It is a large goat. Okay.
It is a heavy riding horse for all intents and purposes, except instead of 2 hooves, it has a bite and a gore, and instead of a run, it has skill focus acrobatics made to jump.
Oh, okay.
So it is a good mountain climber thing, I see. It's a mountain goat.
Yeah, these are dwarves.
Makes sense.
Not
I'm
that
not a
there's
dwarf.
anything wrong with horses, but we need sturdier and stouter mounts.
I don't know the reference. Ron, why are you not talking? Are you doing stuff? Okay.
Alright.
Your goat may be beautiful, but my horse is amazing. Literally, his name is amazing.
Amber fucking face palms.
I see. Does the horse look to be in good condition?
Probably. They haven't, like, pushed it really hard or anything.
Yeah,
They've mostly been staying at places that have, like inns and stuff that have stables, so...
nice places too.
hmm
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm sure we do some small talk. I think I probably don't mention anything about where I'm from. In fact, I think probably most of the party doesn't know where I'm from. So if you find that weird, then fine.
Aren't you from Magnamar?
That's where you met me. That's not where I was born or grew up.
Did you grow up in Riddleport? Because that would explain your terribleness as a investigator when we first met.
I did
Don't ever
not
go to
grow up
Riddleport.
there.
I imagine Riddleport investigators are like, I'm here for an investigation, and somebody's like, I want you to look that way with a big bag of coins, and they're like, yep, okay, I'm looking that way.
Why is there 37?
Riddleport is nothing but trouble.
Oh, D100.
Yeah, it's just, it's just another random encounter generator thing. Just getting one more of those in. But most of the ones on this one are not particularly dangerous. Yeah. You guys can roll another perception if you'd like.
Sure.
Is the eagle still following me?
It is indeed. You also
Oh my
notice...
god! That's my third natural one on
You've rolled
perception
so many.
checks.
You've rolled so many ones. It's like roll 20 getting pissed off at you for like specking perception so hard.
Optimizing into perception.
Oh
They're like,
my
oh,
god.
here's what I think of that. But that's still high enough to notice. Amber and Philippe both notice that there are like stingrays in the water, basically swimming below the ship,
What do I know
like kind of
about
alongside
these?
it. This is
Knowledge
knowledge of
nature?
nature. Yeah, these are just... Yeah, you just know that they're just natural stingrays. They tend to feed on the bottom of shallow water. So it's a little strange, I guess, that you're seeing them right now because you guys are kind of in a channel right now. But
Are they
yeah,
delicious?
not really. And they also have a
Okay.
poisonous sting. So
They
I
kill
see.
crocodile hunters.
yeah, they're a bit dangerous, potential. Like especially they're particularly dangerous for being like not magical in any way.
Right.
Most things know to leave them alone, but they
I
don't tend to
wasn't
be
planning
aggressive
on
generally.
getting in the water and battling them. I was thinking maybe dinner.
Yeah.
I am thinking that dinner is probably not a good idea for Stingray. Because apparently they're not tasty. I will do nothing about them.
Okay. So as you guys continue on, eventually you start seeing in the distance like this tall. You start to see the Storval rise, this tall cliff, and
The plateau?
the plateau that is above it. You guys are basically seeing the face of the Storval rise. You start coming up
Okay.
towards it. And Tordek mentions you guys are almost there. He says we'll be stopping a little before the Storval rise. Before Kaer Maga is right at the edge of it. It's you'll have to walk some distance.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
So have you
should be
given any
fine.
thought on how you're gonna get up to Kaer Maga yet?
How would you advise?
Well, you got two options, he says. The first option is that you can take the Dusk Warden's path, and it goes through winding tunnels under Kaer Maga and leads out at the top of the Storval Rise, right outside the most commonly used entrance. The other option is you can scale the cliffs.
We'll take the path.
I'll climb. No. Well, I mean, I'm happy to do it.
A third option, I suppose, would be you could find another boat to continue up further into Storval Rise, but I don't want to go that far. There's a lot of dangerous things on the Storval Rise for a riverboat. They're likely to get raided by giants, orcs, or Shoanti tribesmen.
Okay. What potential dangers would we find in the path?
Well, you shouldn't have to deal with any dangers on the half-light path. It's
Okay.
That's what the Dusk Wardens are there for.
I'll just ask him what are these Dusk Wardens?
Well, the Dusk Wardens are what protects Kaer Maga from what sits below Kaer Maga. Protects the
Okay.
top of Kaer Maga from the rest of Kaer Maga.
Why is it every time you answer a question, I have more questions?
I think we knew something about Kaer Maga being like connected to, I don't know, like maybe extraplanar travel or something? No?
I don't remember if there was anything mentioned about that specifically, but
I think you mentioned like it's the place where you're most likely to find extraplanar peoples in Varisia.
yes, probably. Yeah, Kaer Maga has like a pretty wide reputation too. Like people come to Kaer Maga from like really far away. People coming from like you have people from like Osirian being like, I'm gonna go to Kaer Maga. Like which is crazy because how far they are. But yeah, it has a reputation for a lot of like outcasts going there and stuff. And then of course people that want to trade like one of the interesting things about Kaer Maga, and maybe Tordek says he's like Kaer Maga is you got to be careful there, like you can people can buy slaves there. People buy and sell undead openly in Kaer Maga. That's the kind of place it is.
Well, I don't plan to buy nor sell any undead.
A lot of people buy protection over there. That's why I'm going.
Indeed.
Protection? Protection from what?
From all sorts of things.
You too?
I don't
No,
think
but if
he's
you're willing to
buying.
pay
I think
me to
he's
protect
trying
you,
to
I'll
be
do
the
it.
one hired.
Tiki opens up her coin purse. Oh. I don't really have much.
I fought a demon once. Annoying little thing.
Well, they keep saying that we're being followed by a demon.
Well, we did fight a demon once too. What was that called?
It was a dretch.
A dretch. Indeed.
That was like the very first thing you guys fought, I think, or not the very first thing you fought, but like the very first. Well, it was the very first like end boss, I guess, for like a I don't know, adventure, I guess.
Investigation.
Yeah.
After all, I am an investigator.
It was the
and
very
everything you
first
do is an
memorable
investigation.
thing that we fought.
Like I think you guys fought like some rats, like some skeleton rats or something kind of goofy before you guys actually fought it. But yeah, it was the first like major fight you guys had was against a dretch. I think you guys even had some help from what's his name,
Man Fountain.
Man Fountain. Actually, I don't think he was. I don't think. Let's see. Was Man Fountain? I think he might have been the one that like I think it was actually Gregor or something was the name of the guy that actually helped you fight. Like Man Fountain was just like the guy that like he was the talky guy, I guess.
He was the pretty boy.
Yeah.
He had a night side job as a club pole dancer.
Yeah, I don't know if that was canon or not, but
It is now.
That is definitely canon.
this is definitely my favorite random name generator name that I've gotten in this campaign so far, though. Alright. So yeah, he pulls up eventually as you guys start getting a little bit closer to the Storval Rise, and there's like a little dock, and like a path that kind of leads up north, kind of north westerly towards the toward the like Kaer Maga, running parallel to the cliff face.
Okay.
So he pulls up to the dock, and some of his crew get out, and they start like tying the boat up to the dock. And so he says, "I'm gonna like it's still kind of like late afternoon." And he's like, "I'm gonna stay here overnight, but you guys can probably still get to Kaer Maga before the sun sets if you head out now."
That's what we're going to do. Is this path like inside of the cliffs, or is it still
This
in the
path
open?
right now it's still kind of in the open, kind of like it's not actually. It kind of
Does
you
it
kind of have to
look
end up
like it
going.
goes into the cliffs?
No, it looks like it runs alongside it.
Okay. Hopefully we won't be ambushed by things that are gonna toss rocks down on top of us, but yeah. Man, why am I giving the GM ideas?
That's oddly specific.
Well, you guys are near the Storval Plateau, which is known to have giants,
Yeah,
and that is their favorite, one of their
one of
favorite
my
tactics.
characters in a different campaign has had experience climbing steps up the Storval Plateau.
Oh yeah, that's actually one of the common routes to get to Kaer Maga is actually going up the Storval Steps or whatever they're called, and then
Yeah.
basically going to Kaer Maga through the plateau.
Not if Muckmarine can help it.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
Maybe this day and age after Rise of the Moon Lords.
maybe that's where the harpies got all of their goodies.
Yeah, you guys avoided
Okay,
all
anyway.
those. That would have been great.
We did. We avoided a lot of stuff, but we knew it was there and we chose to avoid it.
All right. So yeah, you
All
guys
right, so
just
we're
gonna.
taking this path.
Yeah, we're gonna take this path.
All right, I think the ferryman, uh, and I get Duncan, and I lead him off the boat onto the dry shore.
Okay. So you get on there. It's oddly quiet. And
I'll do another one of these.
yeah.
Do I still see the eagle?
You do. It's kind of off in the distance.
Okie dokie.
I'll
I
keep my
also
wits
see
about
it.
me.
Okay, so as you guys kind of walking onto the shore, Philippe notices some movement coming from underground.
Wait, you mean like we're on solid ground and I notice the ground
You notice the
moving beneath me?
ground moving kind of,
The
yeah, like
43 probably.
not right underneath you, but over to kind of like like along the riverbank. Basically, you notice kind of like the
Okay.
ground shifting over there. Like maybe something is burrowing and it's coming towards you.
Okay, I'll point to it and say, "What's that coming towards us underground? Is it a worm? Giant worm?"
I
And
don't
I
know,
pull out
but
my
if I have
rapier
time,
if it's
I'm
coming
going to
close.
try to
Yeah.
mage armor myself.
Okay. And I'll pull you guys over to another map here in a second. So yeah, these kind of, you see these burrowings coming towards you. Everyone else can, now that you guys, since you got pointed out, you guys can do anything else you guys want to do, any surprise round as stuff is coming in at you guys from the kind of from the northwest. Not yet. I'm gonna pull you guys there in a second. And there's like And as they kind of come out from the ground, you see basically this giant bug-like creature. And you see 3 of them.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to pull you guys to the map now.
I'll cast a spell on myself.
Oh
Okay, yep,
god,
yeah,
I'm
you
in
guys all
front.
get a surprise round.
Okay,
So
I
that was
spent my
mage
surprise
armor.
round casting mage
Yep.
armor.
That was mage armor for Alias. Philippe pulled out his weapon.
Pull out my weapons.
So I
I pull out
learned
my shield.
a new spell, so she's gonna cast Fire Belly.
Okay.
That's a fun spell.
Yeah.
Oh, I need initiative.
Huh, why is it not auto-adding? But no token... Oh, I have to select myself, okay.
Can you actually give me the code for that, Ron?
I mean, yeah. Here.
I could also give you a character sheet if you wanted to, but...
No, I'll just throw it into my macro.
He put it in combat in Vent like a couple of sessions ago. I guess nobody picked it up, but I did see him put it in.
Yeah, I'll just put it in my comment.
Yeah.
It's like one of the few things I use the character sheet for, like in this, when I'm playing in Roll20. It's like, I'll just roll the initiative.
Oh, it's just the tracker thing? That's all you need?
Yeah.
You have to
Okay,
At
cool.
have your
brackets
tokens
tracker.
before you do it, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
otherwise it
I've
doesn't do anything.
learned that one multiple times and still don't know it.
Still don't know it.
Still mess it up every time.
Okay, well my macros have it, so if I remember to hit the token, it'll do it.
Alright, you guys rolled really good on this initiative. So yeah, these things just unburrowed, and they're, like I said, they're these giant bug things.
I rolled a little below
It'd be
average.
knowledge arcana to know more about them.
Yeah, I only rolled natural 20s in one this session, so this was the next.
Would you already roll your knowledge check? Or was that the
Do
initiative?
it now.
Okay. Okay. So you know that this is what's called an on-keg.
Do I know anything
And
about what they do?
you know that they, well, obviously you know they burrow. You also know that they have particularly nasty acid that they like create, and that they can basically they use that to like dissolve whatever they're eating usually, which tends to be large, like humanoids and like other large livestock and things like that.
And rocks?
Not rocks.
Oh,
Just
that's not how they burrow?
just
Okay.
no. They actually tend to actually burrow through, like they actually can't burrow through rocks. They burrow through loose soil, like softer soils, things like that. So you probably figure that their reason they're able to burrow here is because it's the softer like soil here at the edge of the river. But you also know that they can also spit like a huge amount of acid as well. Although if they do that, it tends to empty out their like acid pouch where they make their acid. So they tend to only do that in like as a desperation move.
Okay, so
And yeah,
I'll
this is
say...
it has like 6, or actually I think it actually might have 8 legs. Let me look at this picture better. Well, it's more like 6, and then it has like those claws, really. But
Okay, so
yeah,
I'll say watch out for the acid.
it basically has a bite attack, and it tends to try to grab its prey. A lot of times, what it'll do is it'll try to grab its prey and pull them into the ground, and then it'll use its acid to help like start digesting before you even eats things. Like that's how it tends to attack people. And no special immunities.
Okay.
But that's the main keep away. Watch out for its acid, and watch out for it to try to burrow with you.
Do they have reach? Or like, if I go here, would it give them an attack of opportunity?
No. They are large creatures, but they don't have particularly long reach.
Okay, and I will attack it with my rapier. Huzzah.
Okay.
I miss.
And you miss. It's Alios' turn now.
Alright, going to move up to this one and power attack. Um, inactive, making sure my bonuses are right.
That hits. Okay. You do some damage to it. It looks pretty hurt. And it's Amber's turn now. So recoils back as you slash it with your scimitar.
I'm going to Arcana these things.
Okay, you know the same thing Alios knows. If you need me to recap it, let me know.
That's right.
Okay, do they use their eyes?
They do, but they also have tremor sense.
Okay,
Did they have SR?
that's what I needed to know.
They do not
I
have
am
SR.
going to go hide behind the dwarf. And I'm going to magic missile the one that Alias hit.
Okay.
I'm level 5, so I believe I have 3 of these now.
I think that's right.
12 damages.
All threes.
And takes some damage, and let me double check this. And it's still standing.
Okay, that's my turn.
kind of skitters its mandibles together, but as it gets hit, but it is still standing. And it's now Tiki's turn.
Oh man, okay. I will. It's just a 15-foot cone, so it's those tiny ass little ones. Come here.
I have like fucking accordion battle music going on right now.
How far?
What? Like you have it playing, like that's what you're using as your battle music? You just looked up some accordion battle music?
No,
Seems pretty...
like I'm listening to a soundtrack and it happens to have accordion battle music.
Okay, that seems pretty legit.
Alright, she burps up some fire.
Okay. What is their reflex? Not terribly good. Looks like one of them takes half damage, so the one on the top passes its save. And the one on the bottom fails its save. I'm guessing this thing you can keep doing it multiple times, though.
Yeah, it's
Otherwise
a
the damage...
duration of minutes, but I lose a minute every time I use it.
Okay. Alright, so one of it gets its turn. It only has Philippe, it looks like it. What it's going to do is it's going to 5-foot step, and it's going to attack Philippe. So it tries to bite you.
Yeah, that hurts.
I guess I forgot to ask if you had your mirror out or not, but if you wanted to use that.
Oh, I forgot about that. No,
You never
if I
said
did,
you
I
pulled
would
it
have
out,
said
I
it.
guess. Yeah, so
Assume
So
no
it
unless
hits
I
you
say
then.
so.
it hits you then. These massive mandibles hit you, and you take 6 plus 4. You take 9 damage of like bludgeoning, slashing, piercing, like a bite damage, and then you also take
Oh my god.
3 acid damage on top of that, and also
This is all one attack. God dang.
It's gonna fucking grab you.
Does
It'll
this
be
beat
okay.
your CMD?
Yes. Wait. 28.
Yep, it grabs him.
Okay, it
Oh
grabs
my
you.
god.
You
I hate
are
this
now
game.
in its jaws.
I hate this game. I'm dead. I give up.
Alright. It's Brugar's turn now.
Alright, can I charge this bottom one to this square? Can I charge to that square?
Yes. That is acceptable.
Alright, he'll draw his hammer as he charges, but he puts his shield up in front of him, and as he sees the frog breathes fire, he goes, "Ha! Time for a little dip now that you're heated up." And he bull rushes this.
Okay. So it's a CMD, right? Or a CMB, I mean?
Yep.
Knock him into the water.
That beats it. This is not versus trip, so it gets pushed back by, let's see, it's based
Yep,
on
I'm
how
trying
much
to push
it beats
him
it
this
by.
direction.
5, yeah.
Okay, you beat it by 9, so pushes it back 5 feet, I think.
And I'll follow it, the remaining 5 feet.
Okay. Anything else?
Can you draw a weapon on a charge?
Yes, you
Yep.
can.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's it for now, but eventually that charge will become something incredibly deadly.
Good to know.
Is he like a charge paladin from D2?
Oh, you're a paladin?
No, he's just an incredibly disruptive character.
What is
Like,
it?
at level 7, I'll be able to trip on a bull
A
rush.
fighter, I think.
That's pretty
You're a
cool.
fighter?
I can, like, pile drive them.
This thing's got a 5-foot step. It is going to use its acid spitting ability.
He's a fighter.
Well, that's what made
So,
but it did not continue.
actually, it's not going to quite step like that. It's going to step more like this. So what it's going to try to do is it's going to shoot it such that it hits both Amber and Alias. So, you guys get a reflex save to take half of 9 damage.
So I don't want to edit this thing and label fighter and then find out he's not. So do we have a confirmation?
I'm telling you, he is a fighter.
Why can't he?
I'm neither confirming nor denying.
I think he's the dwarven archetype for fighter.
Well, Matt, I have a stream and a label, so I need to know. So you can whisper me if you want to keep it, like, secret to them.
My
So,
class
Alias,
is
can I get
Dwarven
a-
Hammer.
Can I get a reflex save for Alias?
That's a fighter, isn't it?
Amber
I'm guessing I
succeeds, you take
succeed.
half. Yes, you only take half that 9 damage, so you take
4.
you take just 4.
Ron took half.
Who's this?
Alias.
Ron also takes, yep. Alias also takes half, so you guys both take 4 acid damage. 4 whole acid damage. And this other one is gonna try to attack the this dwarf that just pushed it back. He didn't like that very much.
It's called a faux hammer? Yeah, faux hammer, okay.
And I'm pretty sure a 9 misses.
Yep, he blocks it easily with his shield.
Alright. Alright, Philippe, you are grappled. What do you do?
Oh god, where's the flow chart? I have it. 2 seconds. I
Okay, you can attempt to become the controlling grappler as a standard action. You can attempt to break free, so you can act
Or I
normally
can
as
attack
a
with
standard
one
action.
hand.
Yeah, as long as any action that doesn't require 2 hands, maybe a medius free, swift, standard move, or full round action. So you can do things like attack if you wanted, but
Could
it
I
is
pull
going to
out
have...
a mirror as a move action?
It would provoke, though, I believe.
Would it
Although...
provoke before or after I pull out the mirror?
I'm pretty sure it'd be before.
Before.
Okay. That matters here. God, this is dumb. I hate mantises. That's no, I'm not gonna control it. I'll just attack him, with my rapier.
Okay, so you're going to have -2, basically, because you are grappled.
Let me study him first. Study
Okay,
for
yeah.
move action. And then I will attack him, which is a roll I don't remember. I think I just add my investigator level.
Do I
probably have
know
it
if
on my
these things
sheet.
are mindless or not on my knowledge check?
Well, they look like bugs, so maybe.
Right.
You would know that they actually, even though they look like bugs, they're actually just magical beasts, and they do have minds, although not very smart minds.
Okay.
Okay, so I didn't subtract 2 because I got 2 for the studied combat.
Okay,
And it has -2 AC
it
because it's
does.
grapple too, right?
That's
So
correct.
that's
So you
14
actually do hit.
Then my damage is... so I don't want to use Studied Strike here, I think, because... I think I did this wrong before, or I did it inefficiently before. So the Studied Combat, Studied Combat lasts in modifier rounds, which is 5, or until I deal damage with Studied Strike.
So you could
I think
either
there's-
keep your
So I
attack
get bonus
modifier,
damage still. I
or
still
you
get 2
could.
bonus damage, I just don't get the d6.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want just the 2 bonus damage without expending the d6 here.
Okay.
Study strike gives you bonus damage
Okay.
too.
You hit it.
Okay.
Studied Combat gives me bonus attack and bonus damage equal to half my investigator level.
I
Studied
see.
Strike can only be done against a target of Studied Combat and does plus d6 D6 is based on my level and make studied combat go away. And I can only study the same target once a day unless I use like inspiration or something.
Yeah, okay.
For the record, Ron, I got the butterfly sting feat at level 5, so yeah, that's a thing.
All right, it's Alios's turn. So you see, you have Philippe over to the side of you being
Killed.
chewed on by this bug. You have the other one that just shot a bunch of acid at you.
Is
Can
he
my
still
ally see my
grappled?
health bar?
He is still grappled.
No.
I can see your health bar.
So
Yeah.
that doesn't matter if I flank or not.
What? Why? Flanking matters, right?
Yeah, I
It's
don't know.
very
I don't
good
know
to do.
I don't know if you flank while being grappled. I can't remember how that works. But also keep in mind that also while he's grappling somebody, he has lowered AC from that as well anyway. So yeah, that one will be easier to hit.
And you'll be saving my life. Please save me. I'm screaming for help. You don't? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think you flanked while you're being grappled. And I think even while you're grappling something, you don't flank like as either like
I don't
like except
Yeah. You both have the grappled
except
condition.
yeah, maybe yeah, or something like maybe it only lets you grapple like the thing you're at or like flank the thing you're actually grappling. I'm not 100% sure on how that works, but I'm pretty sure the thing
Ron,
that
save me.
if you are grappled, you can't flank because you can't make an
Okay.
opportunity. Yeah.
I'm going to Blood Rage, and my scimitars are going to change into longswords.
Okay.
I'm going to 5-foot step, and then full attack, power attack.
Okay. That hits, and that's a chance for a critical there.
Oh baby.
Too bad it was on the second attack and not the first one, but okay, you didn't confirm the crit, but you do hit with 2 attacks.
So his power attack damage is not modified by double strike, but his strength is, I believe.
The grappler counts, but the grapplee doesn't.
I believe that's correct. That's how I've usually done it at least, but okay, so is that the first attack then or the second attack?
The first one was the 10, and that's
Oh, the
9.
10. Okay, and the second one's is 9. That makes sense. Okay, so it takes 19 damage then.
Shit, when did I mute my mic? Oh well.
Okay,
This whole
and
time.
it is still standing.
It doesn't
But
let
just
go of me when
barely.
it takes so much damage.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't let go of you. It's still there. Amber.
It's desperate for food.
Uh,
Well, I mean, it hasn't been its turn yet either.
how
Maybe.
far attack can magic missiles be from each other?
I think it can just be anything that's in your range. I don't think there's any other restrictions
no more
on
than
it.
15 feet apart.
Oh,
These
okay,
things
there
are
you go.
within 15 feet of each other.
Yep.
I am
I mean,
going to send 1 at the one that's grappling Philippe, and 2 at the one that Alias moved away from. So the one at Philippe.
Nice.
And you down
the
it.
one below.
So you got the 2
5.
going to the other one, right? So
Yeah.
5, 8 to the one below. So you actually down both of these at the same time.
Hooray! I'm
Nice.
useful.
It's now Tiki's turn. There's only one of these left right now.
Yay. I will move over here and let out another burp.
Just picturing that in my head, it's hilarious.
This frog just burping fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. I imagine they do like that throat thing, like the throat expanding, you know, with like all the fire in there, and then
There you
just
go.
it comes out.
Were you eating fireflies?
It's like when Tom Kench spits out people.
Okay, it fails and takes full damage of 2.
Yay! It's so low damage, but it's so funny. Okay, that's it.
Okay, that one. So it's Brugger's turn again.
I'm gonna bull rush it
Isn't
again.
there a
And I
slightly
say,
better
stop
version
fighting
of
it.
that
Time for a
spell
dip.
that's like fire sneeze or something?
Alright, see the CMB.
Oh.
Yep, it goes, you push it back another 5 feet.
Then I'll follow,
It's right at the edge of the water.
pushing it into the drink.
Yeah, it doesn't like that.
Oh,
It's
it's not
gonna...
on the oracle list.
It's going to, it's gonna start burrowing. And, can it do that as part of a withdraw action? Because that's what it's gonna want to do.
I mean, I think
Believe
so.
it can.
I don't see any reason why not.
Yeah, it's just gonna burrow into the ground as a withdraw action. So it is now, I'm gonna just throw it on the GM layer. It's now underground.
He tries to smash it, but it's already gone.
Yeah. And it's Philippe's turn.
Like whack-a-mole.
I don't know if you guys are gonna do much about this guy running away like this.
I don't
Is there
think
anything
I
I
can.
can do? Not really.
I'm just gonna go through at least one more round of combat in case somebody does, though.
Do I know if there's anything valuable that comes from these creatures?
Not particularly. You might be able to... Maybe you could harvest some of the acid or something, but...
If only I had somewhere to put it. I don't carry flasks around with me on a normal basis. I'll empty my water skin and put as much acid as I can in there if I can fill it up.
Okay,
That
well
would be cool.
that'll be something you'll have to do like outside of combat because it's gonna, and you would probably
Yeah,
need like,
Start
I don't know, do
doing
you have
that.
like, do you have like craft alchemy or something, or a relevant skill that would allow you to safely harvest acid from these things? Okay, you sure you want to do this? Anyway, let's think about it. I
I'll
guess.
think about it. Yeah, I'll think about it.
What is Alios gonna do? You have anything you want to do about this? Anything you want to do about the thing that just burrowed?
I'm going to unrage.
Okay. So you're fatigued, and
That's it.
okay. Amber, you got any spells you want to cast?
I can't see it, can I?
Nope. It just burrowed into the ground, kind of right at the edge of the river.
It looked like it was running away, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll let it be.
All right, Tiki. Anything you want to do?
Yes, I'm going to let out another burp, kind of towards the river, and then like rush over to the river and try to get some water and drink.
Okay.
Because my belly's all warm.
And then last thing, Brugar, do you have anything you can do about about this thing burrowing there.
No, I just get ready to smash it if it comes back up around me.
Okay. And maybe like about a minute later, you kind of realize it's not coming back, or at least doesn't appear to be. Whoops, I put myself on the wrong layer here. Okay. So from kind of nearby there, the boat's still there, and sort of like Tordek kind of looks over and says, "Hey, you guys all right?"
Yeah, I'm fine. Just got a little spittle on me.
Sorry about that.
I
I guess that's probably maybe why nobody's down here right now.
well, I'm more than happy to smash some bugs.
I suppose we'll probably be okay as long as we stay on the boat, but I'll definitely have one of my boys keep watch while we're here, just to make sure. It's like burping flames out over the river.
Just one more, that was it.
I go and I pat the frog firmly on the back to make sure that it gets all of the flaming gout out of its mouth.
She says, thank you. I've never done that before.
It looks
Never done
uncomfortable.
that before, but that was impressive. I'd love to see what you could do with a dose of dwarven fire water.
She looks up at you like, what?
Tordek agrees, like, yes, I'm sure that would be quite a sight.
She looks
My friend
concerned.
Ulfric used to do this neat trick with a drink and then a match.
There's a class that I'll never ever get to play.
What's that?
The Charlatan PRC from 3.5. It's pretty terrible, but it's hilarious.
Is that one that like doesn't actually cast spells but pretends to or something?
A
Yeah.
charlatan.
Okay, yeah, you've told me about it before, I think.
Is it a charisma? Like a high charisma class?
Well, yeah. It bluffs people into thinking that it's casting spells and is a really super powerful sorcerer.
That sounds like something right up your alley. Lol.
And instead I just am becoming a super powerful sorcerer instead, ha.
I forgot
Deal
to roll
with
with
it.
advantage on sense motive, but I got my macro set up now. It's insane.
I finally just made a
That's pretty good.
document with my macros for Tiki.
Oh, here we go. Add handout.
Are we moving on? Moving along again? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, if you guys want to.
I decided to not harvest dangerous acid from the creatures I don't know much about.
Good idea.
Although I'm not very wise, so it wouldn't have been that crazy for me to try it.
Somebody else may have told you as well, like, that's not a good idea, don't do it.
Aye, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't do it with a water skin.
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, out of character, all you would get is literally like the flask of acid item, which is like not really that expensive.
Yeah, it's
You-
tangled.
I have one of those.
Yeah, like Amber already has one. Probably uses it as a focus for acid
Hey,
splash.
10 gold's a lot of money.
Indeed, I do exactly that.
Aye. I make a mental note to get protective gloves and vials or flasks to carry with me in the future.
I'm gonna eat some of my chocolate.
So as you guys are like continuing, as you guys kind of go this path, kind of it go up towards the like from the river, it goes up kind of to the northwest, like away from the river. Eventually, you kind of can see in the distance. You can see like Kaer Maga up on the top of the cliffs because you guys are kind of and I'm going to show you like a picture of what it will kind of look like in the distance. Can you guys see that? Did that work?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of small.
You can
zoom
click
in.
on it.
Oh,
You can click on it and it zooms in.
Okay,
Oh,
the
you can do that
underneath
too.
of Kaer Maga looks really fucking scary.
Only
Aw,
on the
it's not
bottom.
that bad.
Jeez.
It's not that bad.
Is it being held up by like a horde of undead giants or some shit?
No, those are just carvings actually. It's like it's a giant structure.
That looks like a bunch of fucking undead giants.
Yeah,
That
basically.
might have been the intention.
And that's actually like water rushing down the edges of it.
The
We'll learn
most
more
pure
about
and
that
healthy
later.
water to drink.
I'm sure. Why? This place seems like a terrible place to be, especially since we're trying
It's
to
a-
escape
it's
a
a
fucking
great
demon
place.
lord.
Amber, you haven't seen its bars.
I'm not much one for drink.
They're to die for.
I prefer not dying. I've already lost my mind once.
Well, I'll buy us 1 pint of some Kaer Maga Slammer when we get.
And I'm sure you're going to end up drinking most of it too.
I'm not a rude gentleman.
But I am a rude middle-aged woman.
Surly is another good name for that.
There we go. Thank you for expanding my vocabulary.
Is she stout or is she tall?
Average?
Gotcha.
Let's see. What does my sheet say? My sheet says that she is 5'4", and she weighs 130 pounds.
So she's like, yeah, it's fairly. She's like maybe slightly on the shorter side, but not really by much. It's pretty normal for a human woman, I guess, right? So yeah, it is starting to get like close to dark, basically, as you guys get to the, basically as you get to where the half-light path begins. And you see there's a couple people like already there, and unfortunately the door there is closed. So there's people there that have like set up some there's some campfires going there, and some tents set up out there.
What? On the
And
entry during.
and there's a
certain time?
wagon. There's a wagon there. Well, you can maybe. I mean, you guys don't know, right? Do you?
No, no.
Good question, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
We find a wagon?
Yeah, there's a wagon parked. There's like a wagon parked here outside the half-light path. So here's what you guys see. It's kind of you guys are getting closer to the. You're kind of at the base of the cliff now, and what you see, besides all these campfires and like this wagon there, and like a bunch of people in tents and stuff, like there's probably about there's a half a dozen people like there already. Actually, a little bit more than that. There's 8 people there, and you see immense double doors covered in runes that are, and unfortunately the doors are closed right now, like basically in the cliff, kind of just below. And like you guys see this, these kind of carvings at the top of Kaer Maga. Like you kind of see those like glowering down at you.
Can I read
And
the
We read the
runes?
runes? Yeah.
I'm guessing you can't.
Uh, I did add a new language, but I doubt it's one that will help.
No, I'm like 99% sure that you don't have the language. So
Okay.
unless you want to use a
A
something
linguist?
something particular to do it, to like interpret them.
So I will just list off my long list of languages that I have.
Okay.
You will probably say no to all of them. Varisian, Thessalonian, Sylvan, Sphinx, Infernal, Goblin, Gnome, Elven, Dwarven, Draconic, Common, Celestial, and Abyssal.
Yeah, it's none of those languages.
Okay.
Mine are in chat, but I'm pretty
I
sure
will
it's none of
cast
those
Read
languages.
Magic. Does it seem to be magical?
Nope.
Okay, I'm going to try to linguistics this.
Okay. So as you're doing this, one of the people walks up and kind of like like this kind of braille-looking guy walks up and flaps his hand on your shoulder and says, "Ah, another scholarly type. Nobody can read these runes." And indeed, you can't make any sense of them.
Really? Okay.
I want to roll just for the fun
Doesn't
of it.
stop you crazy people from trying though.
Why can't people read
And
it?
who are you? I glare at this person.
I can't read it.
Me, my name is Adam Rivera. I'm a mercenary.
Uh-huh. Are you one of these
Traveling with this.
scholarly types?
Of course not. But I come this way with caravans all the time. I've seen your kind many times before.
Human women?
I'm feeling under the weather, I'm sorry, but if you would like to speak to a member of my party, please speak to that man over there.
Pointing to Philippe.
Yeah.
And he got him back, so he's like, "Sorry, I meant no offense.
Tiki says to the
I hope you
guy,
start feeling better soon."
after she like starts looking at Amber for a while, she's like, I've only seen one of these. What are you talking about?
One of
Well, maybe perhaps you're just not as well traveled as I am.
Oh.
And he goes kind of back to the campfire with like the people he was his travel companions, which are the other 7 people there.
She looks at Amber.
Okay.
There's more of you? Like my kind?
I do not know what you're talking about, Miki. Oh, your kind? Probably. I don't know where they are. Maybe I do.
She
What is that, local?
she looks at Amber confused.
I feel like they're both like you guys are both on like talking about different things. It's really
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm pretty tired in real life too. What are we talking about?
Stuff.
It had to do with the guy's comment about seeing your kind talking about like
As
scholarly
in
types.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess
Oh.
Amber's like, yeah.
Tiki was trying to figure out because she
Tiki's-
thought you were unique, and she's trying to figure out like there's more of you.
Yeah, she thinks you're like your own unique race now.
There are not more of me to my knowledge. There's only one of me.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
She's like, that guy's dumb.
Maybe there's another one of me out there somewhere. I don't know.
We should go
I
find
imagine
it.
I used to be pretty strong at one point.
Wait, what? Why are doors shut?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Can you read those
Aelios,
runes, Tiki?
open
We don't know what they
doors.
say.
Okay.
Shh.
Would I know why the doors are shut?
You could roll a knowledge local, perhaps?
That's the
No.
water, or is that the door?
You know that the Dusk Wardens tend to close the doors at night and reopen them in the morning.
They're closed because it's nighttime.
It's so
So
evil
basically-
shit can take place but can't get out of the town. That's what Tiki says. I don't know if she's right. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's gotta be it.
I'm not sure I want to go in there after she's seen like the whole place at this point.
She's like, maybe Kaer Maga was just not such a great idea
Right?
after all.
It's kind of scary looking place actually.
Seriously.
So we camp then?
Yep, I'm getting the camp set up.
Oh.
Suppose we can even just use the same map. Just, well, I'll just copy the map. I'll make... Oops, hit the duplicate
I'm
button.
finding a good spot to place the tents and such, and stable the animals.
Here, I'll pull you guys over to, wherever this... Oh, it has Tiki's portrait now. Awesome. Here you guys go. We'll make the map together. It'll be fun.
Oh, you know that's my favorite thing.
I know.
Your connection
So-
to the server has been interrupted. Okay, we're back now. Cool.
So there's this massive door here.
And there's a path that
Like-
leads up to it, right?
Yeah.
I'll do the path.
And they're kind of off to the side here. There's like a fire here set up.
Oh, I was doing the fire over here. It's a really big fire.
Yeah, there's like 8 people
Okay,
around it.
There we go.
And there's a caravan thing.
Oh. Might be smart for me to do this on the map layer.
You have to move all our
Map.
stuff anyways.
That's true. All your drawings will need to be put on the map layer
Are there
at some
trees?
point. There probably is a few trees down here, but not a whole lot.
It's my pony.
Okay. Yeah, I still haven't got like icons for him, but it hasn't really mattered. It hasn't come up yet, hopefully.
I made a smaller one.
There we go. There's the caravan.
Damn, the forehead on that horse. Alright.
My drawings are excellent tonight.
Oh my god.
Let's reuse I'm gonna reuse some tokens here, I guess. That's like the guy that.
Is there a reason why there's an Affleck duck there?
It's the eagle that's following us. I'm just bad at drawing.
You know, there's a much easier way to do that.
Interestingly enough, actually, you guys, I would, at some point, you probably
There
would
we go,
notice
there's
as you're
the
walking
eagle
here that
that's
the
following
eagle, you didn't actually see the eagle anymore. Shortly as you started walking towards it, the eagle seemed to disappear. It's no longer in the skies, at least not that you could see it. It basically just
It's a
followed you guys
druid. That's what I
the whole
think.
trip.
What's the walkie-talkie?
Like a wagon?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah, it's a
wagon, I
wagon.
guess.
His
I don't understand
imagination
the
is good
angle with
enough
that.
to imagine electronics, but he can't imagine a simple wagon.
So it's
Well,
like
it is-
from
He gets
the
a
top
walkie-talkie out
until
of
you
that.
get to the wheels, and then it's from the side.
It makes sense, I guess.
That's weird.
I think
That
if you
doesn't make any
turned
sense
the
whatsoever.
tree, if you turned the tree, then maybe it'd start making sense. Oh, you'd have to turn the fire.
No,
too,
I
a
don't.
little bit.
I don't know why the wheels are at a different angle than the rest of it. That's weird. Does not compute.
Here we go. How's that? Is that better?
There you go. Yeah, that's
A little
better.
bit.
Oh, somebody's helping me.
There you go.
Some of these tokens probably look familiar, but just ignore that. In this case, they're not supposed to be like the same person as anybody you've met before.
hmm
I'm just reusing tokens from the boat trip, basically.
Tiki will corral the animals over to an area.
It's kind of like where I was like, here, you're going to fight 3 of this dude. You guys are like, okay.
There's 3
Are you
old
trying to
dudes that
move
look
Duncan as
exactly
well?
the same.
Well, she's just taking all their
I
horses,
will
and
tell
if Duncan
the
wants to
rest
come,
of
he
the
can.
party in sort of hushed voices about the eagle that was following us all day, and we should keep watches at night. Because who knows what may try to kill us or not.
hmm
I don't think I have a 10.
I don't know if I do. Let me check. It's probably a good thing to check before I put one up. Oh, no, I don't have a tent, so this is my Dorito chip.
Excellent.
Close. God, what'd you
What,
do?
you just sleeping out in the open then?
Just gave
Yep.
it a tongue?
Okay,
Oh,
well
God.
it's only November, so I mean it's
It's a
not a
goat.
big deal, right?
It's a goat.
It's a good.
I mean, I
Actually-
have
I thought you were
a
making a devil horse for a
blanket.
second.
We can cuddle together, it's okay.
Oh.
Okay. Fleep is down to
Yeah.
cuddle.
There we go.
Dang it. Roll20, there's no happy places there for you.
Damn, that's a really big cart. It's also a really big eagle.
It
The tents are
actually too.
tiny.
It's as it like as it starts to get and like as the sun's like setting further. I mean, I guess it's actually probably dark now. It gets pretty cold, and yeah, everyone's got to make a fortitude save versus the cold weather if you don't have something like endure elements.
Mm.
I do not have something like
What about our
indoor
fire?
elements.
Well, I mean, while you're awake, you can be by the fire, I suppose.
So what are our rest orders?
Yep, watch orders is probably going to be a good thing to figure out.
I'm last watch.
I guess I'll go first.
I can't see very well, so you guys know I shouldn't watch alone.
Second.
You don't have to do a watch, Tiki.
No, I do watch with somebody
Maybe
who gets to
Tiki
hear.
can watch with Alios.
Yeah.
Yeah. Double rolls. It's the second time tonight for me.
I'm gonna fail this fort save. Or maybe not.
Okay. Um. Yeah, no, your fort save is fine. Oh, those are all okay. No, let's see. Tiki put a fort save as well. Philippe had a fort save.
My fort saves right above.
Did Alias roll one as well?
Is that the 13?
It's 13.
The 13 was your fort save. Okay, so you haven't rolled a perception roll then.
Oops.
I think you all actually passed this. Well, let me double check that. I think Alias might not have.
I think it's DC 15.
Yeah, so I think it might be too. So I think
Oh, fortitude
Alias is
save?
gonna... Yeah, for cold weather. I think Alias takes some non-lethal damage.
Yeah, I think it's just a D. Yeah.
So you take 4
Gotcha.
non-lethal damage in the night from the cold, the biting cold.
Oh, is
So
that
yeah,
not
there's
the
no...
3 above it?
It was a DC 15.
No, you rolled a d4 earlier. What was that?
Oh, that's something else. Don't worry about that D3.
Okay. Okay. I assumed that was the cold damage.
Nope,
That's
something else.
the
Don't worry about it.
number of shadows that are gonna come after us.
No! Raven Swarm. Calling it now.
Crow.
It's the number of whites.
More crows.
A
It's around.
murder.
We're going to get dumpstered.
A murder is on its way. I'm telling you.
What was the watch order again?
The eagle was just in disguise.
I'm
I'm
first.
second.
Amber, Alias, me, Brugar, and Tiki's going with Alias second.
Okay.
Is it Brugar
Okay.
or Brugar?
Brugar.
Brugar, okay.
However it is, I'm probably gonna do it wrong. I'm probably gonna mispronounce it every time. 'Cause I'm terrible
Bugger.
at pronouncing names correctly.
Oh, not any worse than I am, and he's
It's like
used
burger.
to me, so.
Brugar.
Bruger.
Oh, it's
Like burger, but brew.
You see, this is what your dwarf's
Bruga.
name should have been, Zerduria.
No, Lee Longbeard is a great dwarf name.
No, Brugar is a great dwarf name.
Do you
If
remember
you're
my
a
original
brewer.
name for my dwarven monk?
Was it Dwarfy McDwarfface?
He would do something
It
like
was
that.
something stupid. And I was like, no.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
I'm
would have
glad you
made
didn't
fun
do that
of
name.
you, like, a lot.
Made it like that one, so I went with Lee Longbeard.
I don't think I would have liked that one either.
I used all my creativeness on Philippe. Creativity.
I mean, all you've got to do is take a
What
character
future do
from
you
something
have,
that
man?
you like, and then try to find out what their name means, and then translate the meaning of their name into a different language.
Like, even I will just use a random name generator. There's some really good ones out there.
So you guys notice
Man fountain.
during your watches that the one over, like the caravan over to the right side of this path is also keeping watches at the same time, rotating through. They rotate like through like 4 different people keeping watch as well.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Do they try and talk at all, or?
Nope, they're at a different campfire entirely. So I mean, and they kind of
Right,
just
but I mean
stay
they don't
over
like
there.
come over or anything. Okay.
Nope.
I kind of told them to fuck off.
Yeah, it wasn't very nice. However, nothing seems to happen during anybody's watch.
Okie dokie, my charisma's all the way back up to 8.
Mine's all better. Finally.
Yeah, yours said 1 day longer to heal too.
Yep. But it was -1, so it didn't matter.
So at dawn, as the sun starts to set, you hear from the door. It cracks open. So and of course this happens. People are they're having their breakfast and whatnot, and everyone in the caravan also like looks up and over at it.
You have my attention.
Now I think this door has some like it's kind of it kind of opens with like weird like in a weird way.
How does this door open?
They seem to rotate at like at strange angles. Like it kind of pulls away rather than just like being like a simple swinging open. Like it just like the wall, like the different parts of the doors kind of just start to break, like not break, but like pull back into the surrounding walls from
So they're
various
like
different
swishy
angles.
doors.
Yeah, kind of. Like think something along the lines of like those like a sci-fi kind of door where it has like the different like kind of like where they have the different thing where it like opens outway like from the center in all directions, kind of like that, but not in a perfect geometric shape. Like it's kind of
Yeah, the
straight.
swirly door.
Like I said, yeah, kind of like a swirly door. Um, and it kind of opens apart like that. And after this happens, you see a single dwarf walks out of it. And kind of looks around. He's like, "All right, who's first? Going to Kaer Maga?" And
Are any of us awake?
yeah, I assume you guys are all
I am.
awake.
Okay. Well, I start putting away the tents and stuff.
Yeah.
Does the other group look like they're going, or are they like eating and not
They
ready
look-
to go yet?
They look like they're immediately starting to get like ready as quick as they can, and one of them walks over there. So you get the impression that they think they should be first.
Oh, they were here
I
before.
say, mind if we go with you, or is there a reason why only so many can go at one time?
The desk warden speaks up and says, we try to keep the groups smaller. Makes
Well, they were
it
here
more
first,
manageable
so-
for us, and it makes it safer for you.
When can we expect to see you back?
Someone, if it's not me, it may be one of the other desk wardens will be back very shortly.
Okay, well they were
Within
here
an
first,
hour.
so they
Probably
can,
a
they
half
can go
hour.
ahead.
Okay.
So yeah, they get all their camp packed up into the wagon with all the rest of their goods, and they make their way into the doors, into the darkness. I'm just gonna delete their tokens,
Bye bye.
and I guess
And we
The wagon.
never saw them again.
goodbye, wagon. Oh my God, wagon, please.
No. Wagon.
And their fire. They put out their fire too because they're responsible like that.
Just the ashes
Oh my
remain.
God. Okay.
Yeah, do
And
they took their horses in and everything? Like they're cool with that?
yeah, the
Okay,
whole wagon.
cool.
They took their horses. The whole wagon goes into the path. Like I said, this is like a really huge door. Like if you look at it,
Yeah, it is. 20 feet? 25?
I mean, by size category, it's actually bigger than huge.
Not by. Oh yeah, it is.
So as before he goes in there, you see a few things happen here. You see the desk warden starts handing everybody there a little like pendant, and he's talking to one of them, and you see there's an exchange of gold going on there as well. And yeah, after like everyone is given a pendant, they make their way into the door.
I get my spells back because it is a new day.
Yep.
I also get my health back.
I get my one inspiration point I used back. Oh, you didn't copy my health over. I was at minus 12 because I took 9 plus 3.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I recopied everything. I just pasted the same tokens from before. So
It was easy to remember.
yeah, I'll try to be aware of that, I guess.
Fine. I should be doing it on my sheet and on my character here. I just forgot.
Yeah, I mean I could tie it to a character sheet if you'd like, and then it'll save it to the character sheet in Roll20 whenever you affect the token. But let me know if you want to do that at some point.
That doesn't matter to me. I am keeping track of it.
All right, and after about 40 minutes or so, you see someone come down from it is actually the same dwarf, and he also has another group with him that came from the top. There's like a group of like of like 3 people, and they're on like a horse as well. They're all on horses, and you see they after they get out of there, they give the Dusk Warden some pendants that they were holding, and he takes the pendants, and then they get on their horses and they start riding the path down there, and then he kind of beckons towards you, like, all right, your turns now.
All right.
We'll go up.
So he says, just the 4 of you, right?
And
And
our
our
critters.
horses.
5 of us. You see the
Yeah,
little
there are
frog
5 of
over
us.
there?
Oh yeah, 5. I almost missed the frog.
Durian, why are you on my character?
I'm not.
You
No,
were
I
twice.
can't move my pony. Oh well. Yep.
You ever been in Kaer Maga before? Ever taken the Half-Light path?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
What do I know about this thing?
My friend Rolf told me about it once.
Aye, well, in order to
Probably not much.
take this path, it will cost you 2 gold pieces per person.
Okay.
Costs a bit more
I take out
for
2 gold.
caravans and whatnot, but if it's just the 5 of you coming through, then that'll be all it'll cost.
Does
So he
that
takes
include
you
the
2
animal?
gold. That includes the animal, yes. And then
Alright, I
after you
give him
give him
2
the
gold.
2 gold, he pulls out one of those pendants and hands it to you. It says you don't necessarily have to wear this, but you do need to keep it on you at all times. And you can kind of see it's
Alright.
glowing. It's a small. Okay, so what this is, has a small crystal on it, and it's on a simple leather thong, and you see it has a bright glow coming from it, shedding light equivalent to a torch. And it's kind of like a bluish light.
I'm going to detect magic it.
Okay, and you definitely detect magic coming from it.
I'm gonna spellcraft it.
And you can tell that it is not only does it shed light, but it also has the ability to basically locate object for somebody, basically. And so he just goes ahead and tells you, like, well, I'll just go ahead and tell you what this does. It by holding on to this, it means if you ever get separated or lost in the tunnels, we will know where you're at. We can come and help you. It's very important for safety that you keep hold of this thing, and we'll just get it back from you once you're at the top of the tunnel.
Why is it so important?
Because we don't want you getting lost in the tunnels.
So you can track me with this?
We can track the pendant, which is why you must keep it on you.
Oh. She looks at
Just
the
as
pendant.
just so we can get through the tunnels.
I'll put it around my neck.
And it doesn't actually use an amulet slot, so if you have your own amulet, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
I think I might have some jewelry, perhaps, but that's it.
Oh wait, I was thinking. So I did an appraise check, Pluto, and I was thinking, man, I wonder how much it's worth if I steal it and sell it. And I'm like, oh wait, they'll find me if I steal it.
Yeah,
What a
that's
fucking dumbass.
that's kind of the thing, yeah. But I mean, I will tell you they are worth. You'd be able to sell them for about 1,250 gold.
Okay, okay.
You actually could make your own half-light charm, is what they're called. You could make your own if you really, or Amber probably could make one.
Yeah, I could make one pretty easily. If you gave me 1,250 gold. And then I would know where he was at all times.
Yeah, I mean, if you gave it to him, yeah.
Seems like a useful thing to put on somebody who might wander off.
Well, the thing actually, it doesn't let you know at all times. Actually, it says in order to.
Oh.
So what happens is if you ever get in trouble, if you get separated, all you need to do is clutch the amulet and call for help, and we will be able to find you.
But if I don't clutch the amulet and call for help, you'll have no idea where it's at. Theoretically, of course.
Well, anyway, let's be on our way.
It only works once a day. Like, we'd only be able to find you once a day. But it should be enough. If you get in trouble, it will let us find you, and it will do its job. Now, a few rules before we go any further. Keep moving at all times. Don't
Okay.
try to take any of the doors off the side. They should all be locked, but even if you find one that isn't invitation to go in. As I said, it's very dangerous down here.
Okay.
Now,
What's
I won't.
the
I
language
probably.
on these doors?
Oh, those runes.
Yeah.
Afraid I don't know that. It's one of
Okay,
the
maybe I can
one of the
find it
great
in
mysteries of Kaer
library.
Maga. Any
I
other
should have
questions before we
made
continue?
notes of this. No.
Now, I won't be with you at all times. That's the other reason for the amulet. I will actually be going ahead of you at most places to make sure that there's nothing that gets in that will cause us trouble on the travel up. And we should be able to get up there within a half hour to an hour. It's uphill the whole way, so be aware of that.
Okay.
And assuming everybody paid him the 2 gold pieces, he gives everybody a half-light charm.
I paid the 2
Okay.
gold pieces.
Yep.
I earned my negative 2 gold.
Okay. So he starts walking into the darkness, and
I follow.
he moves fairly quickly, and yeah, starts moving ahead. And yeah, you guys can follow him. So, like I said, it's winding up, pretty much uphill the whole way, and it kind of circles around. Most of the time, it's underground.
Passive.
Occasionally, though, it kind of like loops back around, and you find yourself outside on the edges of the cliff, and you can and like sunlight is coming in.
Oh, neat.
That's nice.
Usually, though, it doesn't actually feel nice because it actually ends up feeling exposed. And the path usually narrows considerably during those portions.
Oh, maybe not for Tiki.
That's less nice.
Being so small, but
But it's not so narrow that it causes you, especially since you aren't pulling like a wagon or anything. It's not causing you any difficulties. In particular, Brugar's goat has no issues with this path at all.
Yeah.
As you get at first, everything looks like just like normal, like natural caves, but as you just ascend, you start noticing things like being more manufactured looking. Things start looking smoother. You start noticing using the with the light, you kind of notice that there's you start noticing things like carvings and paintings on the wall. like drawings basically. Nothing appears to be like anything you can read necessarily, but they're like things like drawings of strange creatures, kind of like stick figures doing things.
Awesome.
Do I recognize any of these figures?
The stick figures?
No,
Yeah.
no, you
Oh.
don't.
No water plane weird ass fishies.
Nope.
Stone cunning to notice things about the stone.
Okay. You don't really notice anything particularly irregular beyond what everyone else has seen.
As I suspected.
With an 8. As I suspected, it's stone. You come up to at one point you come up to a spot where everything is like really, really like mirror smooth. And the only reason that you're able to walk on like you notice that there's basically somebody threw sand down across this stretch on the ground. And in spots you can kind of see where the sand is kind of like pushed aside, and you can see that it's just like this perfectly smooth ground underneath it. At a certain point, you come to a spot where it widens up considerably. This is in the underground, so there's no light other than the dusk light, and the cavern like opens up beyond the edges of your light, along one of the walls that you're closest to. There's a whole bunch of doors running along it.
Ooh.
So is this where we disobey him and open all of the doors?
Do it. Well, not all.
You can also roll a perception as you guys are walking through this area. I guess Philippe already rolled one there. And Amber did too.
We rolled some passive perceptions. Do you want us to roll again?
No, that's what I was looking for, was passive perceptions.
Oh.
Okay.
So Philippe hears like, you guys mostly just hear things like, you occasionally hear like a drop of water, you maybe hear some weird like rocks falling perhaps, or what sounds like that. Philippe hears a distant like shriek from within the caves somewhere. Very distant, very, very, like almost not even audible. He's the only one who hears it.
Okay, I don't say anything. And I just
yeah, I
keep
think
following the main guy.
I'm guessing you guys probably are
Unless we're
actually
going
keeping up
towards
pretty
it.
well with the Dusk Warden.
Are we going
So,
towards
well, let's
where I heard
roll.
the noise?
Not exactly, because it sounds like it's on kind of the same level as you, just like deeper, like it's deeper in the caverns. Like it doesn't really, it's hard to tell exactly, but it just sounds like it's coming from deeper within the caverns, and you guys aren't really going, you guys are basically just going straight up, winding around for the most part.
Okay. If I'm with the warden guy, I'll be like, "Did you hear that shriek?"
He kind of looks at you and says, I don't tend to hear much of anything in these caverns anymore. I'll just block it
Okay.
out. It's the only way to deal with it."
Hey, if that works for you, it works for me.
So that's normal.
And I guess we can roll. Let's roll a like a Constitution check to see if you guys are actually able to keep up with him. Because at some point he might actually just pull away from you a little bit and go. But if you guys actually are trying to keep up with him, because he's moving really quickly.
A con check?
Would that be con or dex?
Be a con.
for
This isn't endurance. Yeah, this isn't. Well, I guess
Okay.
you could do it on your horses if you guys are riding your horses the whole way. Have your horses roll it.
I don't know.
Although
I
you
don't-
might
I
have,
don't really
you
ride
honestly, you
pickup.
might not be riding. You might not be actually riding him here because this is in a cave. You probably
Yeah, I don't
actually
think
have
I
to
would
lead
be
him.
I
walking
can
it.
keep up with him fine.
I'm sure my
Unfortunately,
goat can keep up.
Alias can't. We wouldn't leave anyone behind.
yeah. So he
we'd let
probably
everybody
at some
behind.
point, he pulls ahead of you, but not for very long. Like he pulls ahead of you, and then like
Jesus.
eventually you guys catch up to him, and then he goes back ahead of you again. So he's kind of he's going ahead of you, but he's not going too far ahead of you. He gets ahead of you a little bit, and then he waits for you to catch up. So he's basically going ahead though, and you can kind of see as he's doing it, he's like looking around and trying to remain like alert at all times.
He's just having an
yeah.
off day today.
yeah, he also had like the fort
As
save
is our
and took the
dwarf.
cold damage.
Yesterday was leg day.
So yeah, I'm guessing you guys don't do anything in this with all these doors in here, but
Nah.
Probably
they're
not, sadly.
all locked and barred anyway.
Especially if they look locked.
Do I have the map for? I do. Cool.
Though Philippe is scheming how to get one of these pendants for himself. Like how to steal
Just-
one.
Just have Amber make you one if you really like it so much.
No. I want to steal one for the money. I don't care about the actual thing.
It's kind of hard to steal something that can be tracked.
Right, but you can
Yeah.
only track it if I like hold it and talk into it or something, I thought.
Well, that's what he told you.
Yeah. Can't trust these
I
magic
mean,
folk.
I have a method of stealing it, but I'm not going to because that's a
Invisibility
fucking
wand.
stupid thing to do.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking about how to do it, but I'm obviously thinking to like I'm not actually gonna do it.
And where the hell are you gonna where are you gonna sell it? I know they say that you can buy and sell anything in Kaer Maga, but there's probably a few exceptions, and the Half-Light Charm is probably one of those. Like probably very few people in Kaer Maga especially would be willing to buy something that was stolen from the Dusk
Well, you
Wardens.
didn't figure
I'm
out
not
how I was
actually
going
gonna
to
do it,
steal it.
okay? I'm not actually gonna do it. I'm just thinking if there's a plausible way to do it.
yeah, fair enough.
We got given a
It's a
certain
mind
scroll
exercise.
by the GM.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. Thank you.
You're given a what by the GM? What did I give you guys?
Wait, that's
Oh, a
times
scroll.
5?
Yeah, yeah.
That's worth it. Right?
So
No.
I could just imagine
Hold
you guys
on to that
fucking
scroll.
come to Kaer Maga, you pay 2 gold for the fucking Half-Light Charm, and then you teleport back to Magnamar to sell them. Worth. We spent like a week and a half or something like that traveling in game, like traveling
We
fucking
wouldn't
Kaer
have to
Maga
go to
just
Magnemar. We could go to Corvosa.
okay. You're like, welp, we're definitely not taking the Half-Light path back to Kaer Maga next time. That's for sure.
Oh my god. Hey, sorry.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
I do find it funny though.
But we could.
Yeah, we could.
It is indeed a possibility.
Okay, so at a certain point, after you go through that and you go a little bit further, you come to a spot where the Dusk Warden is waiting for you there, and he says, "Okay," he says in a hushed voice, "Be silent through this next portion."
I look
I
at the
nod.
party with the armor we have on.
And he starts moving.
I suppose I'll try to be sneaky.
Okay.
I'm trying to be sneaky. It's
Oh my
better
god!
than Asha's.
Oh
It
my
is
god!
much better than Asha's stealth.
That's true.
Asha's stealth is at like no. Actually, I think Asha's stealth is actually only at like -1 right now due to those very nice slippers I have.
That's
So
not
we're
too bad.
not quiet at all right now, or some of us are, and some of us aren't.
Mm-hmm. But fortunately,
Alias and Tiki
you
didn't
get the
roll, did
sense
they?
that he isn't necessarily telling you to be like super stealthy. He's really just saying, "Don't talk."
Mm-hmm.
So the fact, like even with the -1 stealth, as long as you aren't saying like talking, that's like good enough for him. Like he's not. He, like I said, he seems really like a little bit more on edge in this section. And like you all actually at some point, like halfway there, everybody kind of hears like this strange, like loud kind of moan, like echoing through the caverns.
I
And
forgot about something uh, in our last fight, but whatever. I can use it if we get into a fight today.
but as it happens, the Dusk Warden does not appear to acknowledge it at all. He just continues moving and doesn't say a word.
Uh, I'll follow his lead.
Yep.
Yep.
I keep Duncan quiet.
All right.
I skillfully handle him.
I know if I try to make Amazing quiet, he'll just be louder, so I do nothing.
That's
He's probably
because you named your horse after the worst EU LCS jungler.
Do I see amazing, or is he gone?
he's still there.
Why
Okay,
would he
just
be
checking.
gone?
The horse is the first thing it came
Who
for.
knows?
Only,
Maybe
and then there
the
were 9.
druid ate our horse during the night and is now pretending to be amazing.
All right, so you guys come around there, and you come out basically to another spot that's like you can see outside again, and you can kind of see how high up you are, and you can tell you're like probably most of the way up now. You can see like the lowlands below you stretching out like quite a ways away. You can see the Yonda Bakari. Um, Perhaps people that are very perceptive might even actually see the docks that you guys uh, shored up at and see that the boat has left. That you guys came in, it's no longer there.
Do I see the eagle?
Uh, you do not see an eagle.
Good.
Does he see a spider climbing up the wall?
Right?
Nope.
Yeah.
You don't, no spiders, no on-kegs. Just see that you're most of the way up the hill, or the most of the way up the half-light path.
Plateau wall or whatever. Yeah.
Store will rise.
Lego.
It'd be pretty frightening to fight those giants at this level.
What, the hill giants?
The
Where they can
Storval
throw
stair giants, yeah.
or they can like throw you off the plateau or something. Or no, you mean what character level? Sorry, I was thinking like
Yeah.
elevation.
No, character level.
I mean both,
At level
but
5. I actually wasn't there for that one.
No, you didn't really do much either.
You
I
didn't
think you
fight any
stinking
giants
clouded with them.
at level 5.
No, at the Storval Stair.
Yeah, that was when you guys were like 12 or something.
I know, and that's why I'm saying, at this level, it would be really scary to fight the giants
Oh,
that are
yeah.
on the Storval Stair.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Those rocks, that high ground, that distance.
So
Alright, and
we're going
eventually,
up more.
yep.
Okay.
Eventually, you actually there's like another you meet up with another person, kind of wearing the same like another dwarf, and he he kind of goes over and they're basically speaking to each other like, oh, any trouble on the way there? And he was like, no, it's been a smooth trip this time. And so you guys have like another guy basically traveling with you for the rest of the way.
Alright.
Cool beans.
And I think we're about to end the session here. You guys are going to get to the top of this spot. I'm going to pull you guys over to the map of Kaer Maga actually here. Yep, there we go.
Oh my god.
So you guys basically, this spot here where your tokens are, called the Warren. You guys basically emerge, not in it, but kind of outside it a little bit. Maybe draw something on here. It'd be kind of probably like over here somewhere where I just drew this little box. There's like a little, what is it? How does it say? Word this exactly. It is it's like a bunker-like structure of stone and mortar. It's basically like just outside the Warren. And yeah, like it was an exhausting trip because you guys were going uphill the entire time. Particularly for people who rolled low on their con checks. So Brugger and Alias surprisingly were like, man, like really winded from that.
Tiki's so light, I have no weight to myself.
They have all that armor on.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
That would make sense. Like that's the way. That'd be a good way to rationalize it, I say. And so yeah, the Dusk Warden goes over and says, "Well, looks like we got you up here safe and sound, and didn't even need the half-light charms. Speaking of which, I'll be taking those back."
Yep, I hand him mine.
Same.
And I say thank you.
I hand him mine as well.
Yeah, I give it back, and I'm not happy about it.
I really like having
You
this
don't even
amazing.
know
And
what
he
it's
probably just
worth.
sees me as being grumpy from the long trek. I hope.
Yeah, Philippe actually does know what it's worth because he did an appraise on it.
Didn't he fail that?
I don't know. I told him what it was worth, so I assumed he passed it, but I
He
actually
failed.
wasn't
He
paying
got a
attention to what he
14.
rolled.
I probably had some idea of what it was worth.
So he probably didn't know the exact worth. He just assumes they're valuable because they're magic. He's like, man, this blue glow they have is really awesome.
I have craft wondrous item mat, so if there's anything that you want me to make you, just let me know and I'll do that.
And this area outside the Warren is there's lots of heavy traffic, like a lot more, like you see a lot of wagons and stuff coming in, and like really a lot of like interesting different people going through there. You see Shawanti tribesmen. You actually see orcs coming and going. There's like occasionally you
Okay.
actually even see you might even actually see some like goblins that actually just like live in the Warren.
Oh,
I
fun.
keep a close eye on the greenskin.
Goblins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
I
hail
definitely keep
some
a
of
One
the
thing you
goblins.
might not actually like is the fact that you see that a lot of the orcs that are coming in there are leading people that are chained, like leading people around in chains into the city
Mm-hmm.
and out of the city.
Well, as long as it's not me.
Evidence of the rumored slave trade that happens within Kaer Maga.
Well, not much that I can do about that.
And as I said, we will have to explore more Kaer Maga next session.
Cool.
But you guys are actually at Kaer Maga now. It finally happened after like several months of game time.
Now we need to rename our adventure.
What am I going to rename it? The Kaer Maga being their people. I don't know. The Kaer Maga temporary visa, like work visa holders or something.
No, we can keep the name the same for
The
now until
working
we leave
holiday
Kermaga and have a
party
new
at
quest.
Kaer Maga.